You know, as a young child, I was so creative. I was so full of life before I hit drugs. It was kind of like a lot of traumatizing events that I've had that, you know, it kind of just really like made me think differently about love and I guess myself and just whatever, you know. I don't know, growing up there was kind of just like a lot of fighting and just argumenting in my house, and it wasn't until I was like 9 years old that I moved out to Arizona, and my mom working a lot, it kind of just gave me like a lot of freedom to do whatever I want. I had an older brother who I kind of always looked up to. He kind of introduced me into smoking weed and drinking, and I remember the first time I did drink, I don't even remember the night at all. I just remember the next morning waking up with bruises on me and I'm like, wow, that was fun, let's do it again. Every weekend it's like, I need to get my hands on this. Where's the party at this weekend? What can I do this weekend to get me out of myself? I remember I stopped going to school because I thought school was just a buzzkill. You know, and still to this day I haven't graduated high school because of the result of my addiction, you know. All my friends are wondering like, why can't you just stop? You know, and I didn't have an answer then, nor did I know that I had an addiction or a problem. I just kept saying to myself, like, I just want to be sober for Christmas. My higher power showed up to me in the form of 2 policemen. You know, I was sleeping at a church and I get woken up by a cop and I had a warrant out for my arrest and I went to county for the 6th time. I wanted to be sober for Christmas, and so there I am, I'm sitting in jail on Christmas detoxing. I'm sitting in county jail, like I should be miserable. But come to think of it, I wasn't on drugs, you know? I was finally becoming me again, you know? And I finally got my laughter back. You know, I got out and I went to a halfway house and I started doing things a lot different this time. I started working on how to love myself. I started doing these things to better myself, like things that adults should do. I remember the first time I paid my rent being sober, I was so excited. I called my sponsor right away and I'm like, I just paid rent this Friday. And she was just like, yeah, like that's a good feeling. That's what adults do. But me being so just immature and on drugs, like I never had that opportunity. You know, and it's something so small, but it just meant so much that I was finally able to grow up and be something of myself. I want to be an interior designer. You know, that's what I've just dreamed of being. Being sober, I can show up to school and actually be coherent, you know, and learn these things. You know, my brain can actually retain information. I know getting sober, it always makes you gain weight, and a lot of girls get self-conscious about that, but I've never had this much confidence in myself before. I get to be there for also those that are in need. I get to answer my phone call and want to help somebody else instead of praying that they're gonna give me money or they're gonna give me something. Today I get to give back. I get to be there for family members that are still dealing with this addiction. You know, I get to be that good example today. Watching others grow that you've known, you've helped, it's such a new experience that no one can explain. The feeling you get after doing good deeds at the end of the day, it's just amazing. It's all I could have ever dreamed for.
Please like this video and share your experiences below. Don't forget to subscribe and see our latest video on Find Rehab Center's official channel.